Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for all of us and for myself to be here with you tonight. For us coming from Germany, the most of us from the Munich region, it is very special to be able to meet some of you individually and now all of you tonight. The whole group has been on a tour through different cities of Israel in the past week to meet Holocaust survivors. It is very important for us to hear your stories and to see your faces, especially for the young people. And I want to introduce the young people especially to you. They came here in their vacation to meet people like you and not only read in history books about you, but get to know you personally, see your face and hear your stories. But coming here with young people from Germany to build personal relationships is like the last chapter of a longer story, and I want to tell you 2-3 more chapters of this story that brings us here tonight. As you have heard in the introduction, I've been involved in promoting good relations between Germany and Israel and helping Israel practically for many, many years. I have been within the last 15 years in Israel at least 30-35 times. But 2 years ago, I read something which I didn't know. I read in my German newspaper in Munich, the major daily newspaper, an article about Holocaust survivors in Israel. And there was one passage that said that 1/3 of the Holocaust survivors in Israel live in very poor conditions. I didn't know that. I was deeply shocked by that. I called my wife, this is my wife by the chance, and those are 2 of my 4 kids. And here at the camera is my oldest son, and my 4th son is at home in Munich. And I called my wife and I said, read that. 1/3 of the survivors are in dear poverty, they are struggling. I didn't know, that's a shame, that's a shock, we have to do something. And we are believing Christians who love Israel, and so we started to pray. And we asked God, we said, please show us what to do. And He showed us what to do, step by step. And the first step was to invite a Holocaust survivor from Israel to speak to 400 people in Munich and speak about the conditions here, and he did. Many hearts were touched. Many people said we have to do something. The next step we did is we have a newspaper that goes out to maybe 25,000 people in Germany, all Christians who love Israel. And we told them about your conditions, and many of them were touched in their heart. And they said we have to do something, and they helped us doing something. The next thing we did is we wrote to all churches in Germany. That's like writing to all synagogues in Israel, all churches. And we told them there are 80,000 survivors in Israel who are living in very poor conditions. We have to do something. As we started to share the word in Germany, in many different Christian circles, funds started to come in. And at the same time, we looked out for partners in Israel. How can we distribute the funds in a good way? And we found many beautiful partners, and one of the most important one is Helping Hand Coalition. And so money started to come in to help you in a way that it hopefully blesses you. That's been the story of the last 2 years. And then as I met friends here in Israel, Holocaust survivors in Israel, a new thought developed, and I want to ask a friend of mine to talk about the new aspect of relationship building with the young people. And this friend is Tilman Wein, here's his wife Ulrike, and they received something at some of the events we did in Germany, and we shared it and discussed it, and we said, well, those of you who are here will not be amongst us for many, many years. But it is so important that our young generation gets to know you. This couple and the family took the initiative and made all the preparations for us to come here and to make this tour through Israel with our young kids and with the friends of those kids, with the young generation. And so the main reason now for us being here is to build friendship.
I nasza zadача przynieść drużbę.
To learn from you, from your stories in the past, from your situation now, and then the young people can tell in their classes, can in their universities about the reality of your past and your present. And it is one thing to read about these things in the history book, it's another thing to build relationships. So that's why we are here. I want to finish with one last thought. For me and for all the friends who are with me now, there is a little piece in the Holy Scriptures of one of your prophets I want to share with. And I share this little piece with the understanding in my heart and in my mind that many of you here in the past have suffered through Germans. And in a way, many of you have also suffered through Christians, so-called Christians. And in your prophet Isaiah, in which we believe as well, in chapter 60, there is a verse that says, and this verse says, as a prophecy, the sons of your oppressors will come and will bow down before you. And as a gesture of friendship and hopefully reconciliation, we as a German group want to do exactly what the prophet said. As a gesture of friendship, repentance, reconciliation, we want to bow down before you. And say to you, we are sorry for what happened through German hands in the past to you. So lass uns das tun. Spasibo.
Если пришлось бы мне снова родиться, ты мне поверь, я бы выбрал тебя. Ты для меня как небо для птицы, ты для меня как взлет журавля. Если пришлось бы мне снова родиться, ты мне поверь, я бы выбрал тебя. Ты мне поверь, я бы выбрал тебя.